All right. I feel like the meme where John Travolta's like looking around. I forget what movie that is. I'm wondering where Ezra is right now. So, oh wait. Let's see if this could be him. Hey, Ezra. Ezra, are you there? Hey, Ezra,
Huh? Oh.
are you?
Oh.
Come back to us. Come back to the
Hey,
light,
Joel.
Ezra.
Hey,
Go
Joel.
walk towards the light.
Walk towards the light. Hold on. I
Oh
see
my
light
god.
everywhere. Oh,
Oh my
I see the
gosh,
light.
man.
I see the light.
Dude, dude, you look like
Dude.
everyone else on Twitter right now. I mean, there are
Really?
people I'm so confused. Eric
Joel,
said Eric said I had a feeling Ezra would be the first person I know to buy one.
hey, you know what? You might think you're stressing me out, but I'm just relaxing here.
Where are you
You
right
know,
now?
I'm in front of Mount Hood.
Can I Oh, I see it. Can I add that here?
I don't know if you
Here, I'm
want.
gonna add it. Is that okay?
I don't know if we
I don't
should
want to
show
add
everyone where
anything.
I'm at. They hate when I go on vacation.
Okay. You don't want me to show? Because I will if you want me to.
Go ahead.
All right. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's where you are right now.
It is.
It's so quiet.
Oh my gosh, it is so peaceful here, Joel. Um,
Wow.
hey, so I don't know. You know what's since I'm on vacation, do you want to bring in my alter ego?
Yeah, we could absolutely do that. Hey, you know what we should do is bring him in, take you out, and get the other guy's mic going. You want to do that?
I
Or
mean,
do you
you
or do you
could.
want people to see how you how you perceive yourself or how they perceive you right now with your reality altering goggles?
Joel, seriously, I think we've probably lost every audience member, so
It
I
was
don't
pretty
think
easy
anybody
when
cares.
you only garner about 4.
But
Hey,
Joel, seriously,
I'm
can we
adding your
take
alter ego right now.
yeah, but before you do, can you just take a minute and breathe in? I mean, it's so beautiful out here and
It is. It
peaceful.
really is gorgeous.
Ah,
Like it really is. What's behind you?
what's behind me?
Yeah. It's like you got screens behind you?
Yeah, I got a couple screens, they're portable. I
Okay,
usually take
gotcha.
them camping. You know me.
Gotcha.
I work all the
How do you
time.
power those things?
Dude, Anchor. Hey, shout out to Anchor. Shout out to Anchor, and let me also, well, maybe I'll tell you later. Remind me I have another shout out
Okay.
or shout at,
Okay.
maybe.
Oh,
Shout at.
okay.
Oh, look. I see some birds in
Wow.
the sky. Oh,
That's
look behind me. Do you see?
Yeah, that's what I was
You
wanting
got
to see what was behind you. It's like
Oh,
that's grizzly bear country.
yeah. Yeah,
That's
no
pretty
worries.
cool.
I'm
That
not
is
very
pretty freaking
appealing
nifty.
food-wise. Yeah. No, it's
Wow.
looking good. Life's good. I'm retiring.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Are you
I'm
ready to
retiring and look, I'm gonna go take a break, Joel. And
Okay.
if you don't want to be alone, just talk to my other me.
Okay. Are you you're you're leaving the stage right now?
I don't know. Are you kicking
Here,
me out?
I'm just
Because
gonna remove you and
I
then I'm
can't.
gonna bring your alter ego
Yeah, I
back. Are
can't
you
really
ready?
do. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay, here we
Bye.
go.
Bye, everyone.
All right. So now I'm gonna bring in his alter ego and don't let the eyes wig you out. It is a little strange, but it's pretty cool as well. Hey, it's Easy Gadgets. How are you, Easy Gadgets?
Well, hello, Joel.
Wow, you're all. I'm sorry. Easy Gadgets sounds a whole lot better than the original. The eyes, however, are a little off-putting. Did we lose you? I think we lost you. Okay, I think we your alter ego just froze.
Well, he's still in beta.
But he sounded freaking really good. Like
Did he
that
really?
sound was so crisp. Sounded really good. What mic was he using?
I don't even know, Joel. He kind of has a mind of his own. So whatever stuff he's using,
Yeah, it
I
sounded
don't know.
really.
Maybe
I mean,
try.
it
Do you want to try
sounded.
to bring him back?
Yeah, I can. I can see that he's still frozen though, but I can try.
Oh, I think he is still frozen.
Oh, he
You
came
know.
back, but he's very very choppy. So I'll bring him back.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I know why.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's my second shout out. So my alter ego is actually sitting in a hotel room, Joel, and this is my second
Oh.
shout out to the Hyatt.
Okay.
And let me just tell you, Hyatt, your internet sucks. Make sure you do an at Hyatt because literally, Joel, I did a test on this internet
Yeah.
and then I did a speed test on my 5G. Shout out to
Yeah.
AT&T. I got 454 megabyte download speed.
Yeah, that is impressive. And you even had
Super
34 upload,
impressive.
which is super impressive as well.
So I totally forgot to tell Easy Gadgets, that's my alter ego,
Yeah.
because you know me, I like
Yep.
gadgets. So I forgot to tell Gadgets to switch his internet. So I think once we
Oh.
switch, yeah, I think we should be good. If you want to let me go relax again, I need, after all of this, thank you, Hyatt. You just
Yeah.
stressed me out. So I need to go back. Hold on. Let me actually show. I'm just going to go back and
Okay.
literally go relax a little. Hold on. Let's all take a deep breath. Look at that view, Joel.
Yep. It looks really good.
Okay, I'm
really
going to
good.
go practice my chakras. Why don't you bring Easy Gadgets over? He's less stressed.
All right. All right, here we go. Easy Gadgets, are you there?
I am here.
Wow. Okay, that's freaking creepy. Looks really good, but you can tell, look at those eyes. So I really want everyone to know. I want everybody to know how how crazy this is. If you think that the image is kind of off a little bit, it's because that's not a real. I mean, it's really Easy Gadgets or who we call
Hello,
as
Joel.
Ezra, but
How are you?
It's actually.
This is Easy Gadgets.
Thank you so much, Apple. I don't know why. I know. I think you could have done a better job, but this has been so much fun. All joking aside, though, for real, if people don't understand how this works, it's taken a LiDAR image and a visual and a LiDAR, laser, all this other stuff, and it's actually projecting his image here as it's they're called personas or I mean old school avatar. The eyes,
Mr.
Yeah,
Joel.
you're right there next to Charles Manson with those eyes. Oh my gosh.
I feel like you're insulting me.
Not at all.
But it's okay. I don't have feelings.
Not at all.
I am here to let all Cora customers know this is your new support staff.
They probably would be okay with this. This is not bad.
Oh my God, Joel, this is just too much fun.
Okay, this really is crazy for real.
Whee!
So this is Ezra, all joking aside, you had the chance to use this thing And if for those of you joining us, if you don't know what we're doing, obviously we're looking at Ezra's latest purchase. You had a chance to use this thing on a plane today?
I did. This is truly revolutionary. And bear with me, Joel. I'm hearing myself twice. Let me figure out real quick. I think if I just lower my volume, hold on. Oh, my volume is lowered. Well, I'll just contend with it. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, it's perfect.
Okay, I hear myself twice. I think it's because I don't have my other mic muted. Hold on.
Sometimes I wish I could hear myself twice. Nope, can't hear you.
All right.
Now
so I just have to ignore myself for a second.
There's lots of people out there that could help you with that. I'm so joking.
This is really annoying because I really don't want to listen to myself, but I'll just keep talking and try to ignore myself, which I think most people do, as you pointed out. This is absolutely the most revolutionary, incredible, magical technology I've ever experienced.
And
like
that's saying
by
a
far.
lot because you and I both are nerds, like ultra nerds. You way more than I am because you've been doing this a lot longer. So that's actually saying something, and it's saying something also that for a while there, you weren't really in the Apple ecosystem, even though you've been in it before. You kind of left it for a while, and you were using Windows and other systems. So for you to come back in and say that's kind of a big deal. Which
it's a huge deal, and let me let me remind you. So I went to Drexel University in the 80s. I don't even remember what year. It's all a blur. But Drexel was the first college in the country to require every student to own a computer, and they actually made a deal with Apple. So every student on the Drexel campus, all of the labs were full of Macs. I was a transfer student, so I was the only one with an IBM PC Junior, and I got away. I mean, I was a poor college student. My dad was a librarian. I'm number 8 of 8 kids. Do the math. I was paying for my own college. So any which way I could save, I always try to find the loophole. So I was a transfer student and didn't have to buy a Mac. But I've been using Macs, and I actually started on an Apple computer in high school when we were learning programming. So Apple and I go back many years. I was one of the first in line to buy the first iPhone. I still have 2 or 3 original iPhones. And you're correct. I left the Apple, what they call the walled garden, a few years ago. I brought Macs really into the forefront at Sports South, with not just for marketing, but also for our development team. So I was always big on the Apple ecosystem, but I wanted a little more flexibility. I wanted a little more freedom. So I switched to Android for a while. But again, I've always tracked everything that's going on at Apple. And for many years, I used Apple, even though we were very much Windows focused. A Mac, and to this day, a Mac runs Windows better than a Windows computer.
Yeah.
So I finally jumped back in. And one of the main reasons I jumped back in was the rumors about the Vision Pro. I mean, even before they officially announced it, I was getting excited over it because I knew that this would be a true revolutionary product, no different than the original iPhone, and potentially even more impactful. And I started playing around with VR headsets, AR headsets. I've got 2 different AR headsets. I've got 2 different VR headsets at home. And for me, unlike most people, they're using VR and AR for entertainment and games. But I always felt that there was a true use case for business, for work. and I started playing. I mean, I actually bought you a VR headset to just use for work, and we tried it a few times, and you could see the potential, but
Yeah.
it was still lacking. And Friday I was in the first shipment of of the Apple Vision Pros, which I was so happy to see. It came out even sooner than I expected. I look weird. I just looked at myself. So, and we'll explain that in a second.
Yeah.
But I was reading up the reviews and watching every video, and Joel, as much as we can show and describe, until you experience it, you literally cannot understand what I mean. I'm almost speechless because it truly is magical. When I say that I'm staring at Mount Hood and I'm sitting on this little beachfront here in front of this lake, I literally feel like I'm there. So the level of immersion is incredible. I mean, it's literally like what was when you'd go the Star Trek episodes where you'd go into the
holodeck.
Well, was it the holodeck where you could go to different environments?
Yep. The holodeck.
This is the holodeck. and that part is obviously the more on the entertainment side, right? You would think. But like you pointed out earlier, I use this on the plane. And from a work standpoint, being able to just have an environment where I could focus, and it's not, I mean, it looks real, so you completely forget you're on a plane. And again, I apologize if I'm talking a little funny because I can hear myself and it's driving me up the wall. But just being able to immerse myself in work on the plane, and I'm sitting there going through emails, and I'm using my fingers. I mean, and very slight movements. I mean, you're just literally pinching your fingers, and I'm using my eyes to direct where I'm looking at, and it's almost like you're not almost like your eyes are the mouse.
Right.
Completely. To the point where you can bring up a virtual keyboard and start typing by looking at each letter. And as you look at a letter, you pinch your finger. Now, for what I was doing, that didn't really work well if I'm trying to reply to emails. But all I did was I brought a small little Bluetooth keyboard, and I can show it to you in a little bit. But it's just a Bluetooth keyboard, just a nice portable keyboard.
Right.
It doesn't have to be an Apple keyboard. And I was typing away. So I would look at the email that I wanted, pinch my finger to go pull it up. I could then perform an action like delete the email if it's junk mail, right? With just a pinch and looking at the delete icon. Or I could look at the reply icon, pinch my finger, and actually start typing. So, it was just phenomenal. So let me show you. I mean, this is all impromptu, right? So if I go, let's see, I use, hold on, I got to go to these are all the apps. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll go to compatible apps. And let me go here. And this is, oh, wait. Okay, so here's all of the apps. Not all iPad apps are compatible, and the list is growing. And then there's some native apps, right? But I use an app called Spark, and that's my emails. And basically, I've got all of these emails showing up.
So I can't blur anything.
Yeah, I know we're live. So, I mean, fortunately, nobody's really watching this. So, but I'll just show you
300,000 people.
Yeah. I'll show you just an email, and all I have to do is look at that ... and I want to delete this email, and it's gone.
You're
I mean,
looking
that's
at the dot.
I'm
That's all
literally
you did.
looked at that
Yeah.
dot. Here, I'll look
I
at
don't
it
think
again.
people. Yeah, I
I
don't think
pinch my
people
finger.
understand.
No, I won't do anything in this case, but
Yep.
you get the idea.
Yes.
So I won't keep my email up for long. I just revealed all of our trade secrets. Glenn is going to kill me.
Oh my gosh. Glenn, why are you not here?
Oh, he's sleeping.
I
He
know.
woke up
Trust
early.
me, I know.
But yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. As you can tell, I'm almost speechless. And just the screen sizes that you can project, right?
Right.
So let me see if I can just drag this. I'm just going to drag. All right, so those are just my messages, right? But the neat thing is I can look to the corner and literally make this window bigger, smaller, right? So you can imagine if you're trying to get some work done and you can just have screens all over, screen after screen after screen. And then you can even connect your computer. Now, I'm currently using my computer as that's what I'm actually projecting to. So I can't really show that, but I don't know. It's just it's mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize the like if I would have said this before before Ezra got a Mac and came back into the ecosystem, he would have just called me a fanboy. But I'm being serious. Anytime Apple does something like this, like there was already VR, right? And I heard, I've seen so many
there's been
things
VR for years and years.
Yeah, and I've seen where people are like, "Hey, Quest does this and blah blah blah," and it's like, no, but you don't understand. Now you're doing things with your eyeballs in a pinch, right?
Yeah, and let me show you.
You've got two massive like trigger devices that you're pointing. I mean, you look like a freaking stormtrooper. So Apple
Joel, look at this.
redefines things. They don't just come along and do what everyone else is doing. They literally redefine what VR should be, and it's called spatial computing now, right?
Yes, and it should be called spatial computing and not VR and not AR. Because what Apple introduced is a whole new operating system, and it's specifically geared for spatial computing.
Right.
And I can't describe to you how productive I was feeling when I could. I mean, people on the plane, I'm sure, thought I was crazy because I'm looking left, I'm looking right, I'm pinching, I'm pointing. Because keep in mind, I can still use my fingers, right?
Right.
So let me actually show you. Hold on, I'm still getting used to it. Okay, so I'm going to start typing. Okay, do you see how I have a message to you?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to just use my eyes and I'm just pinching my finger. Do you see how it's typing?
My boss is typing to me right now. Hang on, I got to pay attention to this. Yeah, I see him typing.
Do you see how fast that typed?
Yeah, that was quick. And I actually see you typing in Discord as well. So it's like it's the same. It's not doing any. It's literally reading it like you would a regular. That's not a physical keyboard.
Now keep in mind, I can still use my two index fingers, right, and start pushing at the buttons.
That's what I would be doing.
Which either one I'm finding pretty quick.
Yeah.
So again, it's just mind blowing because I don't really need a keyboard right now. I can't do a 5-finger type. I think that's coming. Right now, it seems to recognize the 2 fingers, one on each hand.
Right.
But again, I think this is just V1. And again, I can use voice for input. I can use a regular physical keyboard. I can use the virtual keyboard. I can use my eyes. I mean, it just opens up the entire world as far as how I can enter information into the system. So, yeah, it's mind-boggling cool. And keep in mind, Joel, I never pulled out my computer on the plane. So this is literally completely self-contained.
Right. I mean, it's literally a computer. Like you've got a 512 gigabyte hard drive.
Yeah, I got the mid that comes in 256, 512, and 1 terabyte.
Yeah, it is. I was trying to find, there's a video going around, and I got all these videos ready to go. And the only one I really wanted was, one of them was like this. Everybody's saying, "Hey, Apple, this is how you should sell this," right? Because we're talking about spatial computing. And Ezra, what the guy did is here's what spatial computing is, people. Are you ready? You put this thing on, and you can literally put screens all throughout your house, right?
Yeah.
So in the kitchen, he has this thing going, like all of his recipes, right? There's a screen
Yeah.
there, and from what I understand, the stickiness of those screens is very, 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 very good.
Yeah,
as
I have
opposed to
not
some of the
tried
other-
that, Joel, but I guess you can place screens in places and
Right.
and leave them there.
Leave
And
them
and
there.
again, I
He
haven't.
had them in like 3 or 4 different rooms, Ezra. He had
That's
a
amazing.
100 and some odd inch TV going. Then he has
Oh
his
yeah.
stocks over here, and then he goes to his kitchen, and he's got, his recipes, or he has screens basically. So you're hanging a screen. If you are a tech person, where a lot of people don't, like my parents, they don't need anything like this. You know what I mean? But there are a lot of people that live in the 21st century, and they use all these technologies. This is the most cutting edge that you'll ever get, right? Because you're not carrying, I mean, obviously you're carrying the thing on your face, but it's more of, and I'm sure those things will get smaller and more comfortable, but you're not carrying like I carry my iPad all over my house, right? Sometimes I'll carry my laptop. This way you're literally leaving screens where they pertain to whatever it is that you're wanting to do. You know what I mean? So if you have an office, you've got all your screens set up in your office for your work, right? You go to your room at night, you have a screen on the ceiling for your movies or your YouTube, right? So you're watching your YouTube. And I know, I mean, we're really nerding out right now, and some people may find that off-putting, but these are the times that we live in. This stuff is very, very exciting, and it's exciting because it's so new. But there's gonna come a time where all of this stuff is gonna come together to make learning, to make all these things that we do, like even work. It's gonna make these things so much more efficient and so much easier. I mean, I've seen people coming up with some amazing things, like, learning piano, where you put your goggles on, and it's telling you, the keys, where to. It's amazing what this thing's going to be doing. Hey, Ezra, did you ever try out the 3D model, where you blow up the 3D models?
I haven't tried that yet. I definitely need to. Some of that stuff to me it's cool, but if I don't see really the use for me, which I can see a use for that,
Right.
I personally don't do anything with modeling or engineering, but there's absolutely application for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and some of that you can find on the Oculus and other VR and high-end VR headsets. The Magic Leap has been around for a long time. It can do a lot of quote unquote cool things like that. For me, it's about how Apple has put this together into a whole new paradigm, and it's a whole new shift in how you can get your. Again, I know I call me an workaholic. I don't care. That's my hobby, right?
Sure.
So if I can be more productive, and if I can try to get things more done in less time, then the investment is worth it. I keep telling all of our customers the same thing. Your time is the most valuable thing.
Absolutely.
To me, that's what excites me. I mean, it's super cool. I showed it to Arden, and I put her in Yosemite Park, and her mind was blown, because you
Right.
literally feel like you're here. And part of that is this incredible 4K, 2 4K screens, one for each eye.
Right.
The other VR companies will definitely catch up on that high fidelity and the the screen resolution and feeling like you're really present. I mean, when you put on an Oculus, even the original Oculus or the latest Oculus 3, which yes, I have, you're getting some of that quality and you're getting some of that wow factor and you're getting,
Right.
that feeling like you're in another world, right? So that to me isn't really what Apple has excelled at. Apple excels at one thing, and that is creating walled gardens.
Right.
So this is just another section of their garden that people will absolutely never want to get out of. And
Right.
I'm not saying that people won't want to, they're not going to wear this all the time. Some people might. But my point is they're not going to look to jump to another AR VR system, because what they're getting here is far more. It's a true
Oh yeah.
new computing
Right.
paradigm, which they call spatial computing.
Yep.
And I just want to show everyone, watch my screen if you could, because I'm literally moving from a fully immersed, and you're going to start seeing my surroundings here,
Yep.
which is really, really cool. It's it's freaky.
Oh yeah, that is freaky.
So I think I mentioned I'm at the Hyatt, which, look, Hyatt, I really like Hyatt. I switched from Hilton. Did I ever tell you I'm a Black Diamond Hilton member?
I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna add your other persona because your easy gadgets it's just all black. There's nothing there.
Oh, am I all black?
Yeah.
Did I go all black when I turned off the immersion?
No, it was a minute or two ago. Are you ready to come on stage? So everybody can
Sure,
see
I'm
what you
always ready
actually
to
look
come on
like.
stage.
All right, here we go. Here we go, everybody. This is behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, I just don't want to get rid of your easy gadgets because that's that audio is freaking great. Hey, Colt
Is
said
it?
Colt's watching us on X right now. He said I'm just curious to see if it's worth the cost so far. Definitely is fascinating. And I've seen people say
Worth the
both.
cost? Because if you look at, now again, of course anyone can buy a $300 decent quality monitor, but if you look at the price of like an Apple monitor,
Right.
I think they run $2,000 to $5,000, I think,
Yeah.
depending which one you get.
Yep.
This is 100% better than investing in a high quality monitor. That's number one. Number two, if you're a traveler, if you travel a lot, it is worth every penny. And then three, personally, I think once you experience how you can work in this environment, I definitely think it's worth it. If you're buying this for entertainment, whether it's gaming, watching movies, go buy an Oculus.
Sure.
It's a
Right.
complete waste of money.
Right.
You'll be amazed for a little bit because the quality, but at the end of the day, you're absolutely wasting money. And
Yeah.
this is why the rumors are that Apple is coming out with a more consumer price friendly version of this. So this
Yeah,
is
that would
the
make
Apple
sense.
Vision Pro. I assume they'll come out with the Apple Vision, which
Right.
that will make sense for, the everyday consumer. Keep in mind, the chips that you have in here are no different than what's in your MacBook. There's an M2 chip. There's an R1 chip, which was specifically designed for spatial computing.
Yep.
So there's 12, I think, different cameras. There's LiDAR. There's all kinds of sensors in this device. It's absolutely, the price is totally justified. But definitely not for a casual user.
Right. Yeah, I agree from what I've seen, with use cases. One guy took it and actually edited a video with it, which I thought was fascinating. But he said we're not there yet, you know, because it was. I mean, he said it was really great being able to walk up to 100-foot tall, screen and like look really, specific where you're doing your cuts, all your adjustments and stuff. But he said, yeah, it's not. I mean, it's maybe in another year or two when people get more used to it. And but right now,
I disagree with that. That's no different than people talking about the yoke steering wheel on a Tesla. Every person has their own experiences. I got into that car. I mean, everyone's talking about it's going to take so long to get used to it. And in 5 minutes, I was used to it. And quite frankly, I prefer it over a regular wheel. Right.
Right. It's just preference.
Again, in a couple of days, I learned how to be a lot more productive using the Vision Pro than if I only had my computer in front of me. So that person editing their videos, maybe they didn't figure out the right combination of how to use it. But being able to so quickly with your fingers on a video editing mode to be able to see that 100-foot screen and then bring it in close and use your fingers to do some editing. But also you should have a MacBook where you're actually doing the editing, right?
Right.
While you're wearing the Vision Pro. So again, I think it's a matter of people really figuring out how to adjust their workflow and their work process.
Right. Yeah, and again, if this guy spends, another month using it, he may, but there right now people are so good and fast on their keyboards. It's just hard to see that. And when Apple only gives you chopsticks to play with.
Joel, this is what I want to emphasize. That's the whole point.
Right.
You're not limited. You can use your keyboard. You can use your Mac while you're wearing this.
Yeah. I get that.
That's my whole point.
They were just trying to prove it's a proof of concept of what you can do with just the Vision Pro. They weren't trying to make it work like,
oh,
hey,
I gotcha. Just the Vision Pro.
What can we do with this device? Which is what a lot of people do when these new devices come out. They don't want to.
Sure.
They just want to give you the down and dirty, which was still impressive that he was able to make this video 4K, and there was no lagging or anything. It was really amazing. But it's all preference, but I'm sure I saw today, when you set everything up, did you experience the dinosaur?
I did, and I had Arden experience it. And
now I heard that
nuts.
Is like crazy.
It is.
Because it literally walks out into the room with you, right? It kind of comes out of the screen. That's freaking weird.
It does. It really is crazy. And it starts with a butterfly, and the butterfly can land on your finger.
No joke.
No joke. Yeah. I'll show it to you next week.
Okay. So it's basically
phenomenal.
It shows you that because from what I understand, if it's landing on your finger, then that environment is acting or reacting to you.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, obviously your finger has to be there. It's not gonna, I don't think people realize, we see these things, but I don't think we realize what goes into it. So when you see that stuff, it's like, it really is amazing. I'm really stoked about everything that's coming. And me, I can't wait until they put like, if Siri were to get smart overnight, having Siri in here, that can act as an agent where she can do, more than just tell you where on a website to look, you know what I mean? That's going to be freaking epic. And for you to be able to control things with your voice, even more than you can now. So what are you playing? Oh, you played Avatar? Oh, wait a minute. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, your other guy went away, so now we're on the old audio, but I can hear you fine now.
Okay. I was going to just try to show if you are a movie, a buff.
Right.
And and if you've been to 3D movies, you've never seen a 3D movie the way the Apple Vision Pro can play them.
Right.
And unfortunately, Avatar is one of my Avatar 1 to me is still one of my all-time favorite movies. I've seen it in 3D. I had a 3D TV at home. I pretty much bought the TV just to watch Avatar. It was one of the first 3D TVs available. And I actually missed that TV. It was really, really cool. And the quality was amazing on the 3D movies.
Right.
But this completely changes the game for 3D movies, for immersive movies. I was going to show how big the screen can get. It's not playing. I thought I downloaded it. I don't think I did because it's obviously not playing anything. But again, I wouldn't buy it just for the, if you have a whole lot of extra income around and you love movies,
right?
I would buy this just to watch movies on.
Just for movie night.
I know. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, when you can put up 100, not inch, 100-foot screen.
Yeah, you're in a drive-in movie theater.
You are in a massive drive-in movie theater, and you're in the comfort of your home, and it looks absolutely spectacular. And you'll see the black screen. I mean, you can see how I can make it small, but again, I can make it really, really large, and then I can pinch it to, again, I think it's lagging a little, so I'm having a little troubles, but I can, push it back, move it forward to me. And again, if this was showing the movie, which it's not, it will just blow your mind. It literally is mind blowing. So again, would I get it just for that? Yeah, if I kind of won the lotto and was looking for a few things to spend money on. But if you are, again, if you are into computing, if you enjoy movies, if you enjoy games, I mean, the gaming experience, the augmented reality, they have a couple of games. It's pretty mind blowing. Now, again, Oculus, the latest Oculus 3, did a pretty good job. Where Apple excels at is what they call the pass-through mode. So if you notice, right now I'm seeing Mount Hood, right? You're seeing Mount Hood with me, Joel, still?
Yes.
Okay. So again, I can change the level of immersion. And what I want to explain to our audience, because I know, I'm kind of a tech geek, and, these things are, to me, sometimes I take for granted that, oh yeah, of course everyone realizes it. But the simple concept, not a simple concept, but I'm looking at the room right now, Joel, but it's the cameras that I'm looking at, meaning I don't have a real view of the room. What I'm seeing is whatever the cameras are showing me. Where there's been a challenge with augmented reality is the quality of the cameras and the speed at which they can render back the real world. And it's still not perfect. And if I move too fast, I'll see like little artifacts. But this is what allows us to, and actually this might be a really good, let me give you an example of an actual augmented reality. And you asked about the dinosaur experience. So let me see if we can just play this and counter dinosaurs.
Oh my gosh. If you could do that, that would be epic.
We'll see. I mean, again, we're doing this impromptu. I'm really pleased with what we've been able to do so far. And let's see. I mean, it's starting, right? So you'll see that this is what augmented reality is it's placing, transparent objects, 3D objects in the world. You're not seeing anything yet. It's about to start, but you'll notice it says the creatures in this experience can see you. So
I don't think people realize that's very, very impressive.
Yeah. So look at the butterfly. Do you see the butterfly over there? And
oh yeah, I do now. Yep.
Okay. So let me reach out my hand. Come on, little butterfly. Come on. So this butterfly, I mean, you can see that it's not real, but at the same time, Joel,
that's so
the close.
First iteration too.
It's so close. And look, a window is now opening in my room.
Oh my gosh.
Where the butterfly just flew into.
I like how it sticks where it is too. Like it's not
Yeah,
really moving at all.
no, it's not. And if you notice on the bottom there, we have a
I
little
see it.
dinosaur coming.
Oh, and there's the butterfly.
Yeah. And what I can do, I think you'll still see everything. So Joel, just let me know if you're not seeing things, but I am getting up and do you
Yeah,
still see me or no?
yeah, the screen's moving with you, it looks like.
Okay. So
It's
I
moving back for
literally
you.
so it's almost like a portal into another, this
Right.
planet where
Yes.
this dinosaur is at. Um,
Right.
and I can still walk around the room. Now, as I get closer to the wall, it's going to try to prevent me from knocking into a wall. Let me move my suitcase
Yeah.
here. But you'll notice that this dinosaur is totally looking at me. And
Yeah.
I'll bend down a little, and you can see him. Are you seeing what I see? So
Yeah, I
again, what
do.
you're not seeing, for me, this is looking like I'm literally looking at a real. And here comes a big one.
Oh,
So
crap.
yeah. So I'm literally looking into this, I
Yeah,
mean, it's all
back up a
3D.
little bit so everybody can see the
Okay.
border around, because I want people to
Yeah.
experience what's about to
So
happen.
look at this guy. He's coming, he's looking at me, and now he's coming out. And he's literally
Dude,
right in front. He's
okay,
in the room.
that's freaking
He is in
crazy.
the room. Oh,
That is freaking crazy, man.
I mean, literally, I'm trying to pet him here.
Can you
So,
imagine what they're gonna be able to do as far as entertainment goes in the future?
oh, Joel, you would swear if you were looking at this right now, you would swear there is a dinosaur in my room right now.
No, it's oddly real on camera.
Is it? Okay. I
Yeah,
didn't
just
know how well it.
coming out of that frame. It's just, my gosh, man.
And this is where, don't get me wrong, this is so freaking impressive. And again,
Oh,
part of
the
it's
tail
the
even comes
screen.
out.
Yeah, he almost hit me. So this is this is literally, I mean, it's like you said, it will change entertainment as we know it,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You cannot get this type of experience. And again, part of it is this incredible screen quality. Man, they're going after each other. Um, so yeah, this is just the beginning to. I, this is absolutely Ready Player One. If you don't know what that is, it's a
Yep.
worthwhile read. It's a great book, great audio book if you don't have time to read. Um, and it was made into a movie. The movie was good, but again, movies don't do any justice to good books.
Right.
So yeah, so I'm glad we were able to experience that because I know, I mean, that's absolutely part of the fun. It is not worth $3,500.
No, that was not
Um,
worth $3,500. Very
no,
impressive though, but yeah,
it is,
not
and
worth
and
it.
again, I can walk around with this device. And I'm not going to walk around outside. I'm not that geeky, and I'm not going to go into Starbucks and walk up and order a coffee with it. I just, you can actually, and I guess we can do a separate video where apparently you can see a rendering of eyes. It's not very, from what I understand, you can't see them very well. So in other words, if I'm talking to you and you're looking at me,
Oh, yeah,
um,
yeah.
yeah, I think you can, I think
Right.
you saw that. So I don't see, oh God, I hope we don't end up humanity walking around with these things on our heads all the time.
So
I know the technology will advance.
I hate to do this, but I'm gonna share some stuff real quick.
Yeah, definitely. Share away.
So what were you saying? You hope what?
I hope humanity, we don't end up with fake eyes, and walking around with helmet heads
Yeah.
and
Oh man,
goggles
me
and
too. I don't want
that
I don't
doesn't
want
make
that
sense.
either.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
want
think
that either.
at
At
least our
all.
generation doesn't want that. Yeah. Um, again, everything has a place, right? It's I keep telling you, extremes are the problems these days. The reviewers that are walking around the streets and going into Starbucks, I'm sorry, reviewers, you guys are idiots, right? You don't you know, or the guy, you know, you sent me a video, the guy that walks up to his Tesla and he's wearing his, you know, Vision
You're not seeing the one
Pros,
I'm
and
showing now, are you?
I don't know. No, I don't see anything right now. So the one where he opens up his car using his Vision Pro, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It's on your freaking phone. It's on your watch. You would never do that. There's no benefit to it. Quite frankly, after a while, this does become a bit uncomfortable to wear.
Oh my gosh. Did you kick me out?
No, but I hit a button. I heard a, can you hear me?
Yeah. I think we're still
Oh,
live.
okay. I hit something and I didn't mean to. Are you still seeing me?
Yeah, I am. So
Okay.
yeah, Eric, that is coming. Eric says, really interested to hear your continued thoughts on productivity and business with the Apple Vision Pro. Most reviews today are mainly entertainment, and that is true.
Yeah.
I'm
They're entertainment, and they're trying to find usage where it's not useful and where it just causes more friction.
right.
So again, which doesn't make sense to me. And I think, you know, that's the nice thing, being able to focus more on productivity, and seeing how this can work in a true office and work environment. And that's where I'm seeing the massive benefits.
Oh yeah.
Did you put yours on order, Joel? Because, you know, we're gonna want to try some meetings and all kinds of stuff.
No, honestly, I did go look, because you did tell me.
I did
And
tell you, and I told you, you know, we'll as long as we keep doing forecasts on it, we'll
I
definitely
said
cover it.
I was looking at the I'm gonna have to get glasses for them. I think that's where I
Oh
may have
yeah,
messed up with the Oculus, but here's what
yeah,
I'm really excited about. Look at this. And I don't think people realize where this is heading. You've got something that's actually tracking your iris, right? Literally,
yep.
it's tracking your iris. I'm
It
telling
can
you right
use your
now,
iris for security, by the way.
absolutely, yeah. But
Yep.
I'm telling you right now, and why they haven't done it, I have no idea. I've wanted to do it, but I don't have the knowledge to know how to do this. But why you can't just plug a prescription into one of these devices that track your eyes and then make it do what it's supposed to do for you to see what you're supposed to see, I have no idea, but I can guarantee you Apple's going to do it. I'll bet
Oh
you
well,
anything.
just so you know, the new Oculus already lets you do that.
You can plug your you're not
You
wearing physical glasses. It's
No,
literally
you're not. In the Oculus, you literally adjust. There's an adjustment. It's not software that's doing it, but you physically can
I gotcha.
adjust to match your prescription. Apple, for some reason, decided not to include that. I'm not sure why. So you have to give them your subscription,
Right.
or prescription. Sorry,
Prescription.
and you know they'll literally put the lens in for you, from
Right.
what I understand. So yeah, you can definitely do that, Joel. Why they're not giving you the ability to do that based on software? I mean, it could be that it would take too much computational
It
changes and would
could.
slow things down.
Yeah, it could.
So, by
But
the
I
way, do
think
you see
that's
my
coming.
view?
I mean, if it's tracking your iris 24/7 that you're wearing it, they should be able to just project however your eyes see. But I know they're going to end up doing it eventually, because that would be
Joel,
really awesome just to be able to throw those things on without glasses, you know?
totally. Joel, do you see where I'm at?
I see. Is that Yosemite?
It is, and
That
it's magnificent. It's
is
a little
freaking
cold,
epic.
but
Oh, if they
what's
find
neat,
you if they find you dead in your hotel room in 2 days, we're gonna and they say you froze to death, that's gonna be the first case of the Apple Vision Pro killing somebody. It is that convincing, people.
it is. Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I do want to we do need to like explore this further in regards to how productivity would play a big part in people owning these and using these, because I know that like think about trainings, Ezra. You know what I mean?
oh, for
Think
sure.
about think about people like, "Hey, show me exactly what you're doing in your store." You know,
Yeah.
when these things are that widespread, you can literally take a walk with somebody through their store, interact with, you know, QR codes or, you know, UPC codes or whatever. You know, I know that stuff's coming. Think about being able to add product just by pinching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or checking people out just, you know, with your fingers or your eyes. And I know that's probably like, oh, and also having having this guy pop in.
Look, we've barely touched upon my other persona.
I want to get I want here, I'm gonna remove your screen so that we can actually get a good view of your face,
Okay.
because I want people to see and understand that this is not like a real-time rendering of his face. This is like it's remembering, or it you recorded it, right, with your phone, or no, the Vision Pro did it, right?
The Vision Pro actually takes a 3D rendering of my face and then reconstructs it. It's a bit freaky looking. My hair was not, well, I don't have much hair, period.
Your hair
but
looks great.
it actually does look, well, no, because look, I have bedhead. One side was completely flat. That's how I looked when it did it. That's why I told you I have
Right.
to redo it.
Right. But that's not a big deal, is it? You can change your persona anytime. It's like your profile picture.
Yeah. You can redo the persona at any point.
And the eyes, for those that are wondering, if you can see his mask, his headpiece is glowing. That's literally where these eyes would go if you had that
Yeah.
pass through. Like that's what the eyes would
Yeah.
look like. But the eyes don't look that creepy when you're looking through the device. Like right now,
No.
they look creepier, I think, because it's not knowing where to look. But when you're looking through the goggles, or yeah, I don't know what you call them. When you're looking through your computer, it looks a lot better.
Yeah, what's amazing is how fast it reacts. Literally, I'm going to blink now, 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 now,
Yeah,
now.
that is
So
amazing.
it really is amazing because again, it's rendering all of this. So
Right.
you know, there's lifted my hands up and there's hands showing, right? So you can't see them really well, but
Yeah, I see your thumbs are moving.
yeah.
Hey, let me just go through, because I don't know where we are in our show. I know we're hitting an hour, but I would like to go through, like, look at what people are doing with these things right now, which I thought some of these things were really amazing. So I'm gonna show my screen, and then I think there's like maybe 8 or 10 things that people have been doing with these things. It's really impressive. I mean, it's very impressive what you can do. Again, I wouldn't be the guy on a train that would be doing this. You know what I mean? At all. Even though you can see through. So we've got right now, this guy's working on the subway. So
Yeah.
I'm sure this is you today on the plane.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive. I really like this.
That guy, by the way, is asking to be beat up. So
yeah, he is. Are you seeing what's happening? Like,
yeah,
live. That is freaking scary. And then we've got, this is the one I was telling you about, Ezra.
Oh, very cool.
So being able to learn, think about people being able to learn an instrument now. It's going to be.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know what app that is. That's kind of cool.
Okay. And then you've got live translation.
I did see that too, which again, I don't think that is there's an example of I'm not impressed with that. There's other devices
Sure,
where
your
you
phone
don't have to Your
Right.
phone does it. They're
Right.
coming out with some Chat GPT devices that are,
Right.
that one that we looked at, which I think you pre-ordered. There's another one that I'm planning to order. So yeah,
The
I think
rabbit.
that to me is not a really good use case.
Yeah. This
That
may
that
get
is
the kids to do more work.
Yeah, that looks like an augmented reality spatial vacuuming. Yeah, I mean
Yeah, they're just
that's a
gamifying
fun little
chores.
activity. Yeah,
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this Ezra, this really surprised me. What F1, Formula One, and the NBA are doing. Again, you're not going to buy these things for this, but if you bleed this stuff, live it, breathe it, bleed it, this is really impressive. To be able to, they're watching the race, right? They've got all the stats
yeah.
right here. They've actually got a 3D track laid out before them,
See, to
showing the
me,
position.
that is so cool.
It
Sorry,
is
Joel.
very
That
cool.
really is cool. If you're a sports fan, if you're
Yeah,
again, like you said, I know they're doing something with the NBA
right.
specifically. Again, are you going to pay $3,500 for
No,
just getting, better sports? But somebody will, right? I mean, people are pretty
right.
passionate about their sports.
Yeah.
But that is a good use case to
Yes.
me of augmented reality where you're mixing both, and
Right.
that's really cool. I'm not a Formula One fan. I don't watch it, but if I
Yeah,
watched it, I would totally get into that. Being able
absolutely.
to see the real what's going on as well, and imagine being at a race where you're
Oh
watching the
yeah.
race, but then you've got
Yeah.
that 3D model right in front of you. So
Right.
yeah, that's really cool.
Right. And what we have to realize is that some of this stuff may seem stupid, but they're all little tiny stepping stones.
100%.
What's next? You know what I mean? So, and this right here seems like it's almost at the final stepping stone, but I think we're going to have our minds blown of what else they'll be able to do.
Yeah.
This was pretty epic. If you're wanting to do, I know people were making fun of this one, because when they first made it, it was a cooking thing, but I think it's pretty cool just to be able to, you're getting, basically you've got you could have a chef right in your ear walking you through the process of, doing some pretty spectacular things. And it's not just cooking. You could do, like us, like, okay, now you're going to go over to the, to inventory and to receive an item in inventory. I mean, you're going to be able to do all these things will translate into more practical applications. This was really cool.
Yeah.
Being able to go and look at a house.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
And
should
and
try this.
again, that augmented reality, this is where augmented reality and being able to put furniture, place furniture in your house. I mean,
Right.
Amazon's been doing that for years, right?
Right.
You can literally use your phone, and it
Right.
works pretty darn well.
Yep.
Yes, it takes it a step up with Apple Vision Pro, but I
Yeah.
just want to emphasize that is not revolutionary. That's people have been doing stuff like that with the
Oh no,
Oculus.
but no. We know that. What we're saying
Yeah,
is that the Apple Vision Pro is going to put you in it though. Like this is
yeah,
be able to look at a house like this, because you're not just looking at pictures. How you usually, when we do the Airbnbs, all of us go on and look to see what the house is
yeah.
going to
But
look
again,
like.
Joel, I don't want to minimize it, but it's sorry, BFD, big effing deal. Oculus has been
It doesn't
doing this
impress
for
you.
a long time. See, this is where you get caught up in a little hype of Apple marketing, and you got to separate that, because go spend $499 on the latest Oculus, and you can get almost everything you showed me here. You're pretty much getting now. You're not getting as the what I was telling you is the AR experiences, like
Right.
the Formula One.
Right.
That is pretty revolutionary. Although again, they'll be porting that over to Oculus. So I'm not trying to downplay it, but I also want to put
That's okay. You can downplay it
a
if
little
you
bit
want.
of reality into it. VR and AR have been around for many, many years. It's just like AI has been around for many, many years.
I get it.
Apple's the
said
first
earlier.
company now to start putting it all into
Right.
a truly working, incredible, in terms
Right.
of the quality, where
Right.
it gets super exciting.
And that's what I was saying earlier. And you would have called me a fanboy like a year ago. But what I'm saying is Apple redefines things. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, Oculus does these things, but when you're in, like, I can't. And again, I mean, I've used an Oculus. I haven't used the Vision Pro, so I'm just going by what people say or the videos that I see. It just seems that they've thought things through a little bit more. You know what I mean? They've brought that digital the digital and the 3D together a little more seamlessly, where you're the guy who's walking through his house and he's got screens pinned everywhere. You know what I mean? And not just the screens are pinned, but the fact that they don't move. You know what I mean? And some other, I know that you and I tried the immersed with the Oculus, and those
Yeah.
things move a little bit. You know what I mean? And I never
Yeah.
tried to go anywhere else in my house and put a screen, but just how Apple refines it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, Joel, I want to also distinguish this. What you have is the Oculus 2. It's a VR
Right.
headset. It's not an AR VR headset.
Right.
The Oculus 3 is an AR headset, right?
Right.
So it is augmented reality and does have, there are definite similarities. And this is where 100%, if you're looking for good entertainment, if you're looking for an augmented reality experience, but also have a VR experience, absolutely go get an Oculus 3.
The Oculus, yeah.
It's a phenomenal device, even though
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg, I prefer starting his name with an F, owns it. But again,
no, you let me play one of those games there in your basement.
Yeah,
and that was
that's
freaking
right.
Epic. That was
Exactly.
a melding of those two worlds where I'm shooting through your walls.
Exactly.
Was,
Where again, I want to make the distinction is Apple, again, if you're just talking VR, AR, I can take a dozen different devices and show you very similar experiences, Joel.
right.
And that's why Apple goes a step further and wants to introduce this as spatial computing, meaning what is a computer, Joel? To me, to a lot of people, computers are gaming devices, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But for me, computing is not, right? Computing is productivity and work. And
right.
That's really, to me, the biggest distinction is it's introduced a new operating system that truly is geared for computing and productivity. And, the rest of it is, again, it's the wow, it's the entertainment.
Right.
Okay. Oculus comes very, very close. And there's other devices that are better than the Oculus that have been around for a long time that have that fidelity. So, it's literally, it's a toss up, right? And for the price, the Apple's not worth it. But if you focus on computing and you focus on productivity and, what you can really do. And like you said, I mean, if I can place different screens and all around my house, right? And when I'm going into my office, I've got all my screens set up the way I like them to. And I go into the kitchen because I want to go cook and prepare recipes, or I want to go downstairs to the basement and, entertain myself with movies. I mean, that's where, again, that's the idea of spatial computing, because I don't have to have computers in every place and I don't have to have screens in every place. So that's, to me, the real big distinction. Obviously, the smoothness, the high fidelity graphics, the audio itself. I didn't even talk about the audio. I mean, Apple is steps way further than anyone else as far as the entire package deal. I mean, just sitting here in Yosemite Park, Joel, I could literally, if I closed all these windows and sat for a little while more, if this wasn't getting so uncomfortable, and we should talk about the bad, right? But if this wasn't getting so uncomfortable, if they could make it lighter and make it to where I didn't feel it as much, I would lose myself just looking around this park, especially if I turned on the audio. It's their environments, they have little movements and sound. And I mean, I could just literally lose myself at Yosemite Park without being at the park. I would much rather be at the park, obviously, but to get a little escape from work, it's it's a huge wow. Huge.
Yeah, that is just even through this, I can tell it's very, very ultra realistic.
Oh, it's incredible. I want to just get into a big room, and maybe when we go to the Amchar show, we'll find a room. But I just want to see if I can walk.
Oh, that's actually
Do
a
you
good
see what I'm
idea.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, every time I get up to walk, I think it's detecting some walls. So, I'm losing the ability to just
Right.
stay within. I can do little steps. I can get up
Right.
and walk around a little bit. And obviously, I'm not going to do that right now because I'll probably hit the desk and really make this entertaining, and maybe we'd have more than a couple of viewers. But yeah, this is. I mean, again, this is definitely giving us a glimpse into the future. Also, let's talk about the negatives. So, I did mention I'm already feeling some discomfort. My battery, by the way, is probably I'm at 14%. So battery
Oh,
life is an
wow.
issue. Although it's not a big deal, Joel, because I'm sitting down, right? So when I'm computing, I could have this attached without even feeling it. So you can basically connect the battery, which I don't know if you can see. I'm holding it in front of me, but I don't see what I'm holding in front of me. But this is
Yep.
the battery pack, and I can obviously have it connected the whole time to an outlet. So I can have another cable that connects into a USB, just a USB power, right? USB-C. So battery.
Hang on.
Yep.
I was trying to unmute your easy gadgets, but he's not unmutable, I guess.
I can probably unmute him.
But
Can you
you're
hear
good.
me
You can go
okay?
ahead. I just wanted to I wanted to show the quality of the mics.
Well, the mic so I think it's because the mic, again, I have to remember when I'm connected to what, but the mic, the reason why when I'm on the Easy Gadget sounds good is because it's using my AirPods where I've got my MacBook in front of me, which again has a different quality mic. So that has nothing to do with the Vision Pros because I'm not using the built-in mic of the Vision Pros. I've got
So
I've got the
are you
AirPods.
serious right now? You're using, because that's even impressive as well, just to be honest with you, because I've never heard AirPods Pro sound that good. I mean,
I
it is
believe,
studio quality microphone, like deep, very deep.
yeah, so I can double check, but let me unmute. Can you mute my other?
Yep. I muted Ezra.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think that's your AirPods.
It's not. I just checked.
It is that, because that mic, that it sounds really, really good. Like
Yeah, it is the
abnormally
built-in
good.
mic. The negative is I can hear myself.
Oh, that
So
does suck. So we'll go back to the other, but I wanted people to hear that. That's very impressive. There you
So
go. Oh wow. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
yeah, it's wild. And I totally lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You interrupted me. I feel bad.
Oh my gosh. This stuff is so fascinating. Like, because it's not, this is, again, I know that this technology's been here for a long time. I know all this other stuff, but Apple just has a way of bringing tons of eyes, developers, and all this other stuff to a platform. And it's like, then it experiences explosive growth. You
Well,
mentioned,
Apple has done this over and over
oh yeah,
throughout the
they're,
years,
they're
right?
great at it.
When it started with the first Mac,
Yep.
people thought the Mac was the first Windows, user a Windows user interface instead of the DOS prompt or the green
Right.
screen, which you're used to from Sports
Yeah.
South for 100 days.
Yep.
But it wasn't.
Right.
Xerox is the one that created that. People think that the iPhone was the first smartphone. Joel, I have a collection of smartphones that existed way before I bought my iPhone.
Yeah.
I had all kind, you know me with my gadgets.
Oh yeah.
And I still have some of them. You know, there was the Windows Pocket PC way back in the day. I mean,
Yep.
there was all kinds of stuff, right? But
Yep.
it's like you pointed out, when Apple does something, they're looking at the entire ecosystem. They're not just looking at the hardware play. They're
Right.
looking at both the hardware, the software, the operating system itself. So yeah,
Right.
they do things when they put something together, and then trying to catch up to that is nearly impossible. I mean, look at Windows, you know, still trying to catch up,
Right.
play catch up in many ways with the Mac. And Windows 11 finally kind of, you know, came close, but again, it's still, you're still not getting between Windows and Android, and you know, you're not getting that smooth experience between your devices.
Right.
And that's what Apple excels at,
Right.
is just merging all of that together and having the absolutely best software experience along with the absolutely best hardware. And this hardware is, I mean, that's part of the reason the price is the price. It's absolutely, you know, not just a piece of art, but it's the technology just sitting in this device. It's far more than what's in your any of your computers, Joel.
Yeah. So,
There's
and
a
that's,
lot
I think
more.
that's getting back what you were talking about when I interrupted you, to put that in perspective. That it needs the battery because you're literally wearing an entire computer on your face. So
Yeah,
it's not just, you know, like your Oculus is just, I mean, it's not like an entire operating. I mean, I know that they have their own operating system, but I think it's doing a little bit more than your average, you know, and I could be wrong, Ezra, but I think that's why the battery's not, you know, maybe not up to par. And I think that they're probably doing that for weight savings. And I
they
don't know if,
are. Again, this is already heavy. So we were talking a little about, you know, the negatives right now. So it is top heavy. There's another band. I don't necessarily, I haven't tried it yet, but it's supposed to distribute the weight a little more evenly. I'm sure they'll come out with some peripherals where, you know, you
so,
can kind of balance out, you know, put the
you
there'll be a
know,
built-in battery type strap.
there you go. There you go. That's what people in our industry, they, you know, we have guys that wear those helmets with night vision or thermals. They literally have either they use the batteries to balance it
Yep.
out, or they use literally little lead weights, right? So they have a band
Yep.
that they just kind of balance it perfectly. So yeah, that probably wouldn't be that big of a deal if you just spent some time putting something
No,
together.
and there'll be accessories coming out and all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff. So, you know, between the apps and the accessories and, you know, I think this is actually going to pick up steam pretty quickly. Um, Now we need to think about, hey, what can we do with this in terms of our customers, right?
Right.
What kind of apps can we possibly introduce?
Sure.
You know, whether it's being able to you build your own AR, right?
Sure.
Um, you know, and doing things like that, or you know, imagine being able to have this at a range, um,
Yep.
and uh, again, you're mixing your augmented reality with the actual reality. So yeah, just thinking of all the different possibilities, because at the end of the day, the you you could walk into a range and actually um, use this, right? I don't think you would need any safety glasses, right? Because you've got this over your eyes. Um, and you know what kind of applications, especially for, you know, think of a shooter that, I don't know, they're doing the 1,000 yard shots and they need to see the wind and, you know, all of the different
Sure.
statistics. And Joel, you speak this language better than I do, but
Ah,
you know, being
uh-huh.
able to have something that's literally giving you guidance, but also using the sensors, you know, to make sure that you've got things lined up properly.
Yeah.
And I'm probably giving out too many ideas. I mean, we should be developing this ourselves.
We're too busy.
But yeah, we're too busy. Oh my gosh. We've got so much going on. Hey, by the way, we would have had more people watching the live stream if you wouldn't have called this. What did you call it? Some
Catching up after
after
shot.
shot. Oh my God. It's like the stupidest name I've ever heard.
I did that
if
to
you
keep
would have
people
put,
out.
oh, we're keeping people out.
Yeah, so we're going to share it later.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Well,
people were
make sure it
probably
has
pissed off.
Vision
We had
Pro.
like 500 people watching, and they probably got mad because we weren't talking about shot.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
do that
we'll do
another time.
we'll do one of those in Savannah when we meet up for the show there.
Yeah, for sure. Again, I did not expect this to go this long because we didn't know how the technology would work, but
Right.
I really think this came out really good.
No, I think it's
Don't you?
it's a conversation. It's probably the most talked about tech item in the world right now for the past few days. So you've given your take on it, and I think that's important for people. And basically, your overall take is, don't buy this thing for games or movies. If you're a worker, you spend a lot of time looking at screens, absolutely it would probably be worth it. And if you're probably
Absolutely.
used to, your VR, AR,
Yeah.
something on your face.
Oh, and again, buy it for your games and movies too, is I think the key.
Right.
I am so looking forward to watching Avatar on this. I started watching it and then I'm like, ah, shit, I have work to do. So, I stopped watching it, but it was incredible. That's like icing on the cake, right?
Yeah.
And again, if you've got a lot of disposable income or a big IRS, refund coming to you, and you're looking for an incredible toy, an incredible piece of technology, don't let me dissuade you from buying it. It's absolutely worth it. It's just that it's a lot of money, Joel.
It is.
So it would be hard to justify. But again, I think serious gamers, they spend thousands of dollars on their gaming machines anyway.
Yeah.
So, this is, I don't know, everyone has their hobbies. I mean, people spend, $3,500 on a pistol, right?
On a pistol. You're right. That's
yeah.
right.
So, everyone might say, wow, that's so expensive, Ezra. I can't believe you spent that much money. Well, I can't believe some of the people we know spend that much money on a pistol, which I'm about to spend that much money on a pistol. There'll be a whole other conversation because Mr. Non-Firearm, I am talking about SHOT Show. There's a particular gun that I just fell in love with, and I am actually planning to get a hold of one. And definitely we should show it on our cast. Obviously, I'll make sure Josh is here because me showing off a firearm would probably be embarrassing for the core as a company. Even though I do carry I do have a concealed carry license, but I don't shoot often enough, nor do I care. But this particular firearm, Joel, I got so excited about it. It's really cool. And I'm not going to reveal anything more, but it is a pistol, and I'm super excited. I am planning to get it. But again, that's basically, I think the retail price on that pistol is the price of this, device. So everyone has their hobbies, right? People spend, people spend this kind of money drinking beer year round, right?
Sure.
Add up all the beer you drink. So, to each their own. For me, this was worth every penny. If I was a serious type gamer, entertainment, maybe I would have spent it, but obviously, I was excited about the work aspect. But again, $3,500. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of money, but people spend that kind of money on all their hobbies. I mean, whatever your hobby is, golf, shooting, just add up a few items and you'll realize you're spending that kind of money.
Right.
I mean, Joel, how much do you spend on ammo every time you go out to the range? That adds up pretty quick too.
It does. It absolutely does.
And this is by no means a criticism. It's just the point that, we as a society, we spend a lot of money on, which you should, we only live once. So we all spend money on our hobbies, the cars we like.
Right.
So this seems expensive, but I also want to emphasize what you're getting. The price is justifiable. If you are an Apple fan and you own a MacBook, this is, in a way, as I said earlier, it has more technology than a MacBook, by far. So if you're a diehard Apple fan, there's a $5,000 monitor that Apple sells. I would spend $3,500 on this any time of the day. And I thought about, when I saw that monitor, it's incredible. I'm not a graphic designer, so for me, it really, wouldn't be worth it. So yeah, just absolutely not criticizing anyone who does get this just for entertainment. But for those of you who are wondering, and you're not, this isn't your main hobby, nah, it's probably not justified. I would wait till the Apple Vision and not the Vision Pros.
Right. Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah, we went an hour and 25 minutes. So you've literally been wearing that thing for an hour and 25 minutes. Actually, Lauren,
and I wore it for 2 hours earlier today. So here, let me do the reveal. Ooh, man, oh man. So
that is him right there.
From what I understand, look.
Let's see. Oh, I did see. Did you see? There was a picture of a lady, and her face had the imprint, and it's like most people summer 2024. It's like they're tan everywhere, but where the Vision Pro goes.
Oh my God. Whew.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive, though. I'm glad we did this. I hope people get something out of it, because it is. This is the most talked about thing in the world right now, tech-wise.
Yeah, so make sure our YouTube actually has this in the description and title. And
yeah, we will. I'm gonna retitle everything after it's done processing, and it'll be good to go. So
and Colt, I totally forgot that we did go see Avatar in Vegas a million years ago. That was probably in 2009, because that's when the movie came out. And we were at SHOT Show, and we saw it in 3D, and it was, to this day, it was one of the best experiences, because I think we went to see it in an IMAX theater.
Wow.
And it was absolutely incredible. I wouldn't have remembered that. So thank you, Colt. Colt and I will talk about SHOT Show for 2 seconds, since he titled this SHOT Show. But Colt and I figured out that it was our 12th SHOT Show together. So 12 years.
Maybe
almost in a row.
Our next one, we can have Colt on, and you guys reminisce about your most favorite. But we really do need to talk about our SHOT Show as well, because I think it was pretty epic.
It was epic. It was absolutely epic. We're already planning SHOT Show 2025, which is crazy. Yeah. And by the way, we are going to be in Savannah, Georgia, on the 11th and 12th. That's the Amchar distributor show, dealer show. Super excited to see everyone who's going to that show. I highly recommend that show. And I mean, any excuse to go to Savannah, Georgia, absolutely one of the best places in the States to go visit. And we're super excited to be going there. There'll be a few of us there. Joel, I don't know if I told you, but Glenn is joining us. So I know you were all excited.
He's not going to be
sleeping, but
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, apparently not. No. I don't mean joining us right now. I mean in Savannah. So
no, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I wouldn't think. No, that's really exciting. I like when Glenn joins us.
He's only saying that because he's being recorded, Glenn.
Oh, Glenn knows. Hey, no, seriously, we're at booth 125. If you do find yourself at the Amchar show, it is absolutely. Amchar really treats their dealers first class. They just do. It's a really impressive operation that they have, and you have the super party, Sunday night. So if you don't want to miss the Super Bowl, don't worry. They always throw something for the Super Bowl. Good food. It really is I'm so glad that, we work with all kinds of different and great companies, and it's really exciting to be a part of those relationships.
Yeah. And Amchar is, truly one of our favorite customers. They're an incredible group of people. They always have so much going on. If you have two things, if you're a customer and have lasted this long listening to us, if you're in the firearms industry and you're not a customer of Amchar, highly recommend adding them. Yeah, again, it's good to have multiple distributors. They specialize in a lot of specific things. Again, I don't want to speak for them, but give them a call. And if you're not coming this year, hopefully we'll see you next year in Savannah, because again, it's to me, it's one of the best dealer shows out there.
Yeah. And if you have any questions that you would like for me to ask, because I do want to do a few videos while we're there, just talking to Joe, and Elise, and maybe even Tony. That would be cool to have
Tony would be
for a couple
great.
of minutes. Yeah.
I think for a couple of minutes, people who don't, and I think a lot of people don't know who Tony is, and he's one of the most fascinating individuals I've ever met, period. And he's a hoot, and I have so much respect for him. I keep telling Joel that I want to be Tony when I grow up. So
we all would like
truly
to be Tony
remarkable.
Yeah. He's a machine.
Yeah. So getting him for a couple minutes, Joel, would be ideal.
Yeah.
On camera. I think everyone would.
Hey, did you see my little thing back here?
From him. Yeah, I've got one somewhere. Aliens are coming.
They are. So I'm hopefully when they see this, they'll be like, "Oh, this guy's on our side." I'll be like, "Yeah,
they should be showing up this year."
If you got those Vision Pros on, they're going to be showing up sooner than you think.
Well, I prefer the dinosaurs.
Yeah, me too. So I think we're good. We're an hour and 31 minutes. I think this was it was a good conversation. I know it went long, but hey, I'm telling you, people are interested in this stuff. Got a good perspective from somebody that's got one. You've been using it for a couple of days. You actually used it on a plane, which is pretty impressive. That's the ideal scenario where you would use something like that. So I'm glad we got your take on that. And I'm glad you were a little more even keeled than I am, because I do act as an Apple fanboy sometimes. I don't know what other companies are doing. I don't know what other devices are. I just know that every time Apple does something, there's a lot of hype, and it does just feel like it's different, even though it may not be. It's just they give you that feeling, which is marketing.
Yeah, their marketing is brilliant. We've talked about that, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, I do want to emphasize this is as revolutionary, if not more revolutionary, than when Apple released the iPhone. This is absolutely what we're going to see next is this whole new era of spatial computing. And at some point, these will get a lot smaller. They'll probably get to the point where we'll have contacts, right?
Sure.
I'm not even talking. Yeah, I'm not going to the extreme of the brain implants. I'm talking about just being able to either put regular glasses or contacts on, to where we're still interacting as humans, but we've got all of this in front of us. This is truly amazing what they've done, and it's innovative. And again, Joel, maybe we can at some point show the video of the eyes. So they try to make it to where you still feel present. I don't know, the airline stewardess, flight attendant. Sorry, you don't call them stewardesses anymore, I guess. Is that offensive?
Flight attendant person or steward?
Yeah,
steward man attendant. Or steward?
Yeah,
I have
flight attendant. I don't know. The slave, right? Sorry. It's a plane slave. I'm just kidding.
We're live.
we're gonna be so banned. So the flight attendant, when they came over to bring me a drink, she she just kind of looked at me and she's like, "Oh, those look cool." I don't really know. I'm looking at her thinking, is she seeing the eyes and what do they look like? Again, at one point I just removed them because you still want to be human, right?
Yes, you do.
And looking into my fake freaking eyes that probably look as freaky as my fake avatar is not what another human wants. You don't want to interact with another human that way.
Right.
You know me, Joel, there's nothing like true face-to-face. This is why I travel all over, right?
Right.
So I think we're a long way from, this becoming, the technology is obviously where we're going towards spatial computing, but when we get to the point where we have glasses like the ones you're wearing, that's when, with that quality, right? And I'm sure that will be the next generation, future down the road. They have AR glasses that look like what you're wearing, but
not with
yeah,
that quality.
I've got 2 different pairs. Yeah, you've seen those. I think we did a couple videos on those, but yeah, they're not quite there. So at some point we'll see the combination, everything coming together, and humanity will be back to seeing people's full faces, but at the same time, spatial computing will still be a thing as well. So that's the glimpse to the future. Apple, kudos to Apple, fantastic job for this new, just amazing technology, and truly showing us what spatial computing is going to be and what it is now. And I'm super excited. I'm hoping I can get it to where it's a little more comfortable. I know I can probably adjust a few things. I'm sure if anyone watches this video, we might end up with some comments telling us, well, here's some tips and tricks. But at the end of the day, these are, go to an Apple store. I think you can try them out. It's worth going and experiencing these, because as many videos as you watch, you won't be able to truly experience them. Joel, just go order yours. Just they will ask you for your prescription, and definitely make sure you get the ones with your prescription. It's awesome. And then we can have a dueling Vision Pro.
Oh, that would be epic. Yeah.
Yeah.
A true virtual meeting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you, everyone.
We'll see more of this stuff in the future. And next week, stand by, because I know Ezra and I will probably hop on, even if it's a quick coreCAST, and talk about SHOT Show and talk about the AmChar show that we'll be at. So maybe we'll come to you like from the Super Bowl, the Super Party. Maybe we'll have some.
No one's going to watch us during the Super Party.
No, we could be like one of the halftime. Hey, people pay like $2 million a minute for commercials. They're not going to want to watch those commercials. They want to watch us. I'm just joking.
We're much more entertaining.
Much more. Hey, seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. For those that have made it all the way to this point, we really do appreciate you. If you want to see anything in regards to our solutions or the Apple Vision Pro or anything, please leave it in the comments. We would love to hear what you want to, talk about, or you want to see us talk about. And if you don't want to hear us talk ever again, you can put that there too. Any engagement's good engagement. So you're not going to hurt our feelings. My family tells me that anyway, so I'm good. I've got a heart of stone right now. But anyway, do you have anything else, Ezra?
I've got nothing.
Ezra, where are you right now?
Oh, I'm in Cincinnati.
Okay. Ohio. Awesome.
Ohio, visiting with one of our favorite customers, Range USA. And they use us for their website. They use us for all their range. Range USA is the largest range operator in the world with 49 locations and growing. And they use CoreStore throughout all their whole all of their ranges, and rangeusa.com. You can visit the website. That's actually using CoreForce. So we're here for a visit. We're doing a few upgrades, and looking forward to just a good time. I know Kyle, poor Kyle. Hi, Kyle, because he definitely will be watching this. He watches all of our videos, Joel. He's a big fan. Yeah.
Thank you, Kyle. Hey, I would say it's epic, but my brother told me when I was coming back from Vegas, he's like, "Hey, I really appreciated all your videos." I'm like, you were watching my videos?" He's like, "Yeah, I love them. But you need to come up with another word than epic." I'm like, "Why?" That's like literally epic is epic, right? So now I have now I'm trying to come up. A thesaurus is running in my head every time the word epic comes up. I'm trying to come up with another word. So if my brother's watching, I'm sorry. I apologize. Maybe get used to it, and I'll get better as we go along here.
Well, did you come up with anything?
Nothing.
Legendary.
Legendary?
I don't
Well,
know.
that's kind of what we are, though. I don't want to give that to anything
are.
else. Yeah, we're
All right.
legendary. So, yeah. But anyway,
Magnanimous?
magnanimous. I think people will think we're, snooty if we use words like that.
I grew up playing Scrabble with my mom, so sorry.
Well, yeah, no more words like that. Let's use white collar words. Awesome. Tubular. That's great, man.
Spectacular.
Spectacular. There you go. Fantastic. All
Stupendous?
Right. Stupendous. Man, we have gone off the rails. Hour and 40 minutes. Thank you guys so
the Vision
much.
Pro has made me kind of nutty. So,
yeah, it's okay.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Have a great day, great night, great week.
Joel, it's exactly midnight. Well, off by 2 minutes Eastern time.
And we're getting off right.
I can't believe you kept me awake this long.
Now.
Bye, everyone.